Okay, so time to get some fertiliser out on this Kikuyu lawn today. You can see it's looking a bit hungry. When lawns look hungry, generally they start to lose a lot of their dark green colour. Look like they need a feed. So let's put some Fert down and get some stuff done. Get out of here. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. Right, so today we're getting out some fertiliser. So this is one of my new ferts from my website. This is the Lawn Tips Dominate Mini. These are the new bags here. Now, the artwork didn't turn out as well as we would have liked it to, so it is going to be redone once this batch is over and done. You just see it'll be funky in some spots, but fertiliser still does the same thing. So today we're going to put this out at 2 kilos per 100 square meters. Now this is a mini prill. So let's just talk about this fertilizer quickly. Okay, so I'm really excited about these new granular fertilizers that I'm going to be starting to use over the next couple of seasons, or who knows how long. But this product here is Dominate Mini, which is one of my products here. You can see my branding on it. But something that I'm really excited about with this product is all the included microbes in here. So you guys have heard me go on about microbes in the past. And the microbes are great to help your lawn have great sustained growth over time. So this fertilizer is biologically activated through sustained release and also through the beneficial microbes that are in there, which basically microbes are going to help unlock nutrients that are currently in your soil. And they're also going to really just help break down the fertilizer nicely. And they're also just going to help minimize leaching and also create any harmful pathogens. So basically what leaching is, if you guys didn't know, is when you put down ferts in your soil, sometimes they can leach out. Say if you get quite a lot of rain, or they just sort of wash through your soil and get past the root zone, that means it's leaching. So I remember on the golf course, you'd see sometimes fertilizers would leach when we got a whole heap of rain, and you'd find you'd lose your flusher growth pretty quick and all your color and stuff on your greens. Not ideal. So the microbes are supposed to help hold that in there, hold your fertilizer in there, and as I said, unlock nutrients that are already currently in your soil. This is a carbon coated urea. And it's quite a high nitrogen on this as well, but it is a sustained release, this fertilizer just here. So it is going to last anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks. It's going to depend. If you get heaps and heaps of sun or rain, it can break down a little bit quicker. But the idea is those microbes should help push it up beyond that 12 weeks, possibly even to 15 weeks. But it always does depend on the weather. You're not going to get like a perfect dead set. It's 12 weeks and that's what it's going to do. It's always going to depend on the weather and the environment around you as well. But the reason I've chosen this fertilizer today is because we're getting close to the end of the season. We're in February now, but this Kikuyu's still got a little bit more growth in it. So I just want to push it for a little bit longer before we hit into putting down granular fertilizers that are going to be a little bit better for autumn. Say they have a little bit higher K or something along those lines. So this is a higher nitrogen. We're going to push some growth, but we're going to do that with sustained growth, not like straight urea, where it's just going to go boom, go absolutely crazy. I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. So it's going to be a nice slow release, which will give it a nice lush green up and give it some nice colour as well. So it is a mini prill, so let's just get some out. Now let's see if we can figure out these bags. Supposedly, these bags, you can just undo it. You're going to help me, buddy. There we go. So yeah, you got to do it from right end, and basically you can just pull it like that. How good is that? So then we've got a little bit of the bag open, we can leave the rest of it closed up. So this is a mini prill. So the size is 150 SGN, which is going to be great for your finer cut turf. So you're looking at probably when your turf is under, let's say 15 mil, is when you'll be looking at using this Fert here. So it's a mini prill, as you can see. Couple of big bits in there, that's why it's rated 150 SGN, so that's a slightly bigger granule, but the majority of it is nice and fine. Beautiful. Anyway, let's get this out today. 2 kilos per 100 square meters. And let's see how the results look in a couple of weeks. Just quickly mention too, another reason why I love mini prill is it doesn't sit on top of the lawn and the dog cannot find it. Speaking of that, I need to move the dog anyway, just while we're spreading it out. Come here, come on, come on. Not that it's going to be an issue with him, but it's just always better to be safe. Good man, good job. Alright, so something I get asked all the time in emails is how to set your fertilizer spreader. Now, I'm used to this spreader now, I've used it a few times. I generally set it round with this size prill at, what have I got it now? Just below 20. But every spreader is going to be a little bit different. Going to depend on how wide it shoots, what size prill you're using. So you could be using a 150 SGen, you could be using 300, which is more of a fairway grade. This is what I generally do is I set it on quite a low setting. For my first run, you go over the whole lawn on that one setting and see how much you've got left in there, and you can adjust from there. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. Now, do not stress if you don't get it perfect, if you've got some left over after you've gone over it, or if you've got a little bit, you've got none left, you can always chuck a little bit more in. It doesn't matter if you put a little bit of extra fertilizer in, as long as you're not like doubling it or anything like that. But yeah, and if you're not used to it, try to go over the lawn twice, just in case you miss any spots. If you've done it quite a few times, you can just go over once and it won't be an issue. We'll find out if it is, if I missed any spots when the fertilizer starts kicking in. But with this stuff, do not be stressed if you don't water it in straight away. I can water this in tonight and it's not going to be an issue. I'd only be worrying if I put it on some wet, dewy grass or something like that, then you can potentially get some burn. But this is very low potential of burning this stuff, which is great. And yeah, that's about it. Let's wait for it to kick in and do its magic on this kike. So Kikuyu is looking pretty good. I mean, it does need that little bit of a feed, and it does need to get some plant growth regulated down on this lawn as well. So I'll probably do that on the weekend. Today's Thursday, so I'll probably put it down Saturday or Sunday. If not, on Monday, and I'll shoot a video on it. We'll see how things pan out. But now what I want to do is I want to mix up a little bit of glyphosate and get rid of this sneaky Kikuyu from these garden beds, as you can see. Oh, you little rascals. Absolutely everywhere through there. I have been whippersnipping it for the last little while, but it's just time to get the glyphosate out and knock this stuff down too. All right, so as you can see, I've got a long shirt on now. I've got some boots. Now I just got a red back out of there. Ooh, bro, seriously, yuck. That is just filthy. I'm just gonna quickly check. Is it the other one? No, redback's in there. Ooh, ooh. I'd rather them feel it on my hand than bite my foot. So today we're using this product here, which the active in it is glyphosate, but the product is called Wipe Out Bio. So same thing as Roundup. As you know, the active in Roundup is glyphosate. If you didn't know, now you know. This is available on my website as well. But this here, we're going to put it out, like not a crazy rate, it even says on the back, 10 mil per 1 litre of water. So probably going to do about 2 or 3 litres, so that's 30 mil. So what are we at? That's at 3 litres there, so 30 mil. All right, 30 mil. Bada bim, bada booma. And actually, hold up, I'll be back. I was just getting this sticker here, so it's a good idea to put down a sticker or I forget how to pronounce this word, adjuvant, I think it's pronounced. Anyway, this is the product here, Wet Out. Now the reason we're putting this down is to help the glyphosate stick to the leaf of the plant. So if you get some plants with a waxy leaf or something like that, it tends to just help it stick to the leaf and not just roll off like your product. Sort of breaks the surface tension, and yeah, it allows you to get a slightly better kill. This is great to use not just with glyphosate, but you can use it with other herbicides as well. That's probably too much, doesn't matter. We're just killing stuff. Even if you put too much down with like a selective herbicide, you're gonna be fine. That's good to go. Now I could put down a marker dye or something like this. I do have a couple of marker dyes available on the website as well, but I'm doing it on concrete and stuff. so I don't really want to. You could use Blaze On, which will wash off really, really quickly, but mate, I know where I'm going to be spraying, so we'll be sweet. Stir it up. Turn her on. Let's do it. So as you can see, I'm using this bit of cardboard so I don't actually get the plants in my garden bed. Just stops any spray drift getting out and into your plants. I'll tell you what, if the Kikuyu got hit by this, I wouldn't be too stressed to be completely honest, because, bro, seriously, Kikuyu comes back, so that's why this will take a few times for me to round up this to really get a good knock on it, really knock it down well. Yeah. Be so careful, bro. Look at that. Bob's your uncle, bro. You did it. You'll be so careful doing this sort of stuff, man. And don't walk on the grass, because I have no doubt I've got some on my boots. So yeah, just make sure you guys are careful with that product there, because it can kill your lawn. I've seen videos of people accidentally mistaking it for a selective weed killer, and they've killed their whole lawn or got big spots on their lawn. That stuff is non-selective, so it's going to kill any grass that it touches, basically. There is some grasses that it will struggle to kill with glossy leaf, but yeah, generally just be careful with that stuff. Now, it is not going to stick in your soil forever. It doesn't have any residual effects, so I could, for example, I've done this before, I could put down Roundup or glyphosate, or that product just there, which is called Wipeout Bio, whatever you want to call it. I could put it out, and within 24 hours I could put seed down in that area where I'd sprayed that glyphosate, and the seed would come up and germinate. I actually did that at my old place. I had no issues with germination at all, so it can be done. But just beware, you don't spray it on a windy day. The wind is actually starting to pick up right now, so we timed that really, really well. Oh my goodness, that's what a risk that was. But yeah, be careful on your plants. Get a bit of cardboard if you can, like I was there. And yeah, that should knock down those pesky weeds there for a little while at least. So you want to make sure when you put down something like glyphosate, you make sure that there's no rain within the next 4, to be honest, I'd wait 24 hours just to make sure you get a good kill on it. Make sure when you're applying it, there's no wind about. Now, with that product as well, obviously make sure you triple rinse your sprayer so that you don't get any residual in there. Not that actually glyphosate has a residual effect. So say if you put it on your soil and you seeded the next day, your seed would still come up because there's actually no residual like a pre-emergent, so it's not going to stick in your soil once you apply it. But yeah, just make sure you wear your PPE when you're applying that stuff, and just be very cautious of the product. Really appreciate you guys watching today. Check out those products on my website if you like the glyphosate and the granular fertilizer as well, which I'm really excited to see that kick in the next couple of days, or probably the next 1 or 2 weeks, now that temperatures have started to drop a little bit. I'll water that in tonight. As I said, no scare of that actually burning. But I just wanted to also say, really excited for this bore pump to turn up. It should be turning up soon. I've been really itching to get into some jobs, like put the pump down, start doing irrigation, putting in tanks, building a golf green. I was hoping to have built a golf green by now, but obviously that hasn't happened. But it's just the way it is sometimes. You've got to be patient with delays, and COVID seems to have pushed everything back at the moment. It's just the way it is. But I'm excited to do the green, fairways, start constructing tees, just start having a lot of fun with it, getting new turf down, putting seed down, lots of things. I'm thinking of actually oversowing the Kikuyu with some ryegrass over winter as well. So let me guys know if you want me to see me do that. I'm gonna give it a try, I reckon. Even though we've got no irrigation there, but since it's such an isolated spot, I'll be able to do it with soaker hoses and a couple of different things as well. But anyway, enough blabbing. Thanks guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Again, check out the website if you want to check out any of those products. Really appreciate your guys' support. But appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. The old Sumi Soaker is a goer. Off she goes. A little bit windy now. Far out, I can't believe how much the wind picked up in the last 5 minutes, but anyway. She's going, so I'll leave it on for half an hour to 45 minutes on 2 parts to get that fertilizer down. Right, sweet.